Hi, this is Chris Cash from Triple Ten. We're going to be going through the SuperStore Return dashboard today that we've created to kind of organize some data and see what's going on with the return rates. So basically what you're looking at is our dashboard that sort of reveals the SuperStore's returns are not evenly distributed. Instead, there's a concentration in specific categories, geographic regions, and even timing for some of those return rate spikes. So the pattern suggests that operational factors such as product quality, shipping, could be driving some of these returns. So what I'm going to do today is go through this dashboard so that you can use it at your company to make sure we're making good choices and fix some of the problem areas. So three things you need to remember. We're looking at return rate, the percentage, that's going to be right here. And on some of these, that's just going to be the percentage of products that were returned. We have total returns, which is the count. That's going to be a sum. You'll see it on this chart here. And then we also have total cost of returns. So we're going to see what it does to you all financially and how we can improve that area. So we're going to start by going through these four charts right here. The first one is return rate by product. And the return rate by product shows that furniture and technology had the highest return rates. So we need to look into that. The return rate by customer shows those that are returning the most. If you notice, Willingham and Tron have a over 30% with Hughes, an over 30% return rate. We have geographic hotspots here. It shows Montana and Louisiana have extremely high return rates. We're going to look into that. And then finally, we have seasonality. So this is return rate by time. So you'll notice in this chart that there is a major spike in January and February. We're going to get into why that is as we go. So let's jump into the first chart. So here we have the return rate by product. And this bar chart ranks each product category by its return rate. So notice here we've got 4% on technology and furniture, and only 1% on office supply. So I think what that shows is that we are not packaging it correctly, or the furniture, because it's bigger, is becoming a problem, but that's how that breaks down. The return rate by customer, this shows all of the major customers over at least 2 orders, and kind of see why are they returning so much of these. We've got 33.3% for 3 different clients. What is the reason that those returns are coming back to us? So this kind of helps it. Is it a regional thing? Where are these people located? We're then going to go to return rates by geography. So this breaks down every single state. And you'll notice Montana has a gigantic return rate. I don't know if that's because of the location inside of the United States, but that's where most of it is. You also see Louisiana and some of the other major states based by color. And the last one's going to be the return rate by time. So you'll notice that return rate by time, it's going to have a lot of returns in January and February. Now, that's interesting because there's another thing that we noticed in the next chart. So the composite return rate and volume by product category shows, notice here that this is when sales really spike. It's around the holiday season. So we're biggest time of the year is September, back to school almost, then we get a dip and then back to the holidays. And then you'll see that there's a huge spike right at the first part of the year. But notice that during the other major spike that we have, there's actually a decrease in return rate. So we need to figure out what's going on here while we're maximizing our sales and minimizing our returns. So that's what the composite return chart is for. How we want to use this is that we can filter it out any way you want. So you can use filters for different things, and we can look at different things like names, region, all that stuff. One of the things that I recommend after going through this is that we need to review product descriptions and quality standards and packaging on high return items. Why is furniture and technology coming back? The second one is targeting high return customers with personalized offers, education, and return policy reminders. Let's target those individuals that are having the returns and see what we can do to cut down on that. Third, we need to investigate shipping and handling in geographic locations like Montana, like Louisiana. Why are we having that return rate there specifically? And then 4 is that we need to align our marketing and inventory strategies with the seasonal return patterns. So for example, why is it in September we have a spike in sales but a decrease in return rate? We need to look at what strategy we're using there and implement those moving forward. So I recommend sending this out to the company, watch it, monitor it in real time, set some quarterly targets for return rate education, and let's review progress after 1 quarter. So please reach out to me. My email is going to be to the thing that we send to you. Look at this data and let me know your thoughts. Thanks so much.